Hello everyone, this is HCS Now, a new show where we discuss everything Halo Esports. I am your host, Computer, and I am joined here with our co-hosts, Default and Hypothetical. Now, it's been a crazy time here in the HCS series lately with huge announcements and team changes. The first topic we're going to talk about is the Halo Global Championships. This has shook up everything we know about Halo Esports as of late, so what do you think about it?
The starting prize pool is $1 million. I would like to know, is that a grand final prize or is that split up amongst the whole series?
Well, see, that's something that we just haven't been filled in on just yet. They kind of leave out a lot of the details after they announced the $1 million championship. We know there's $1 million involved. We know it's global. We don't know how the $1 million is going to be used just yet. Is it spread across multiple events, or is it going to be just one big event with $1 million prize?
Yeah. It'll also make every team play their best. $1 million prize, they're going to try to always win.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good, really entertaining.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, anytime teams are playing for big money, the stakes are that much higher.
Yeah.
The intensity is that much higher, and it's just so much more fun to watch.
Yeah.
It also brings up MLG, Twitch, ESL, and YouTube being involved.
Yeah, that's a big deal, too. Getting all these partners to partner. I mean, Twitch and YouTube, I mean, they're kind of rivals right now in the video game streaming world, and they've come together for Halo 5. We don't know what capacity. I mean, are they all going to stream the events? Are they going to help support the event by helping with the production?
Yeah.
We don't know really a lot about the World Championships yet, or the Global Championship. We just know that what we saw on stage. I really wish that they would fill us in on the details. Apparently, they don't have them ready for us to hear yet. So
I would like to see them stream together. Like, I would like to see a stream of the series on Twitch and also like on the front page of YouTube, because that's more publicity for the sport.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they will do that.
Yeah, I mean, if the events are streamed on all those all those platforms, then yeah, it's going to bring, I think, a lot more viewers, especially if YouTube and Twitch front page the stream and stuff like that. I mean, it really ups the viewership tenfold.
Yeah. So Chig, Mickwin, EG, and Hines no longer in denial.
Yes, that was a big top story. It just recently developed in the last couple days. At first, it was rumored that APG and Hines were leaving, and then we got confirmation that they did leave. Yeah. And then we also, maybe a day later, was that we learned that Mickwin and Chig has also left Denial.
Yeah.
So now Denial has no Halo team at all. We don't know where these players are headed just yet. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
It was kind of shocking to me. They was one of the teams that gave EG a run for their money. And for them to split like that, I don't know. It's really shocking to me.
A lot of slight mistakes that team
made.
Yeah.
They was a really good team. They was one of the front runners, and for them to split like that, I don't know.
It makes me wonder where Chig and Mickwin will go. Will they split? Will they stay together for a team? I seen like on the picture of Twitter where they're holding airheads.
Well, I think that was a troll, obviously. Do you think it was a good decision to leave Denial, the org?
I don't think so.
No. I mean, we don't know what kind of contract they had with Denial.
That's true. I mean, I don't feel like the team should have split up at all.
Yeah.
I mean, they had some slight mistakes, things they could have worked on, especially with Halo 5. It's a new game. So it's something they could probably could have worked out and came out with a win eventually.
I think
it's too fast.
I think what led to this kind of breakup with like the third seeded team is the I don't know. They kind of have the mentality that no one can beat EG, and that is a big problem with teams not being able to topple EG. And even Hines, like when he was on CLG and he decided to leave CLG, I think they were like the second seeded team at the time. And you're like, why would he leave? Well, he said we can't beat EG. No, we're not improving, so we're not winning. I want to be in a winning team, and so now he's leaving Denial for the exact same reason. They still couldn't beat EG. He's trying to get that perfect combination together so they can be the number one team. He wants to win that $1 million as everyone else does too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have a rumor of APG and APG and Hines. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. APG and Hines are rumored to be forming a new God Squad, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about this possible God Squad with Formal, APG, Hines, and maybe even Pistola, which sounds pretty scary on paper?
Yeah, it does. Could they be EG? It's hard. I say Formal in a way. I guess I've talked about before. Is he has an advantage somewhat. He's used to that fast-paced gameplay.
Yeah.
And he's also used to playing with these teams. So they already got that communication probably down. They were used to. I'm not sure if they could beat them, but I feel like maybe it could be a repeat of Denial and CLG, like getting really close, but just not being able to pull it off.
EG knows how to clutch these games up. You know what I mean? It's so hard to beat a team that rarely makes mistakes. It really is. And with Halo 5 being a new game and totally different from H2A, anything could happen. We could see an amateur team come through the ranks and destroy all the teams that we know and love.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Yeah, it's just like, there's new team going on, but this is a global series, so EG just don't have to worry about that team. They got to worry about all these other new teams coming in. All these teams that we don't really know much about. They could just come in and wreck everything.
A EU team could come out of nowhere and be top dog, and we would be like, where did these people come from?
Yeah.
No.
It would be, and actually it'd be interesting to see. That also brings me to the global championships. Making kind of bringing the home team feeling to fans with USA teams squaring off with European teams, kind of like in the Dota 2 championships where people were like chanting USA at EG, and I think it would be really cool to see that at an HCS event. You know, people cheering on their home team for their country, and I think that also will bring a lot more publicity to Halo Esports.
I definitely feel like they shouldn't keep it. They shouldn't hold a series just for America and just for this country. It should be all connected in one thing because it will help the whole series as a one.
Yeah.
More than it would be separated.
Yeah, we don't know how the format's going to play out. Like, does each country have their own little series that they play, and then the winner of that series comes to the U.S. for the championships, kind of like they did with the EU wild card in Season 1? But it'll be interesting to see the details when they release them.
Yeah. I feel like it will be one because they're not going to have $1 million prize for this country.
No,
$1 million prize for that country.
Yeah, that's why we discussed. Well, the $1 million might just be a starting prize pool that they spread out amongst all the tournaments, which would be spread thin fairly quickly.
Yeah.
But they also have the crowdfunding that we haven't talked about yet, and that's when you buy the rec packs in Halo 5, and then a certain percentage will go to HCS prize pools, which I think is a really cool idea. It's been done before in the past. Obviously, Dota 2 does that, and that's how they were able to reach that $18 million mark in their prize pool, which was a pretty historic moment. So now that we know that there's a lot of money involved in Halo with the global championship and the $1 million starting prize pool plus crowdfunding, there's been a lot of movers and shakers on the internet, tweets, forum chatter, rumors about COD players coming to Halo or ex-Halo players coming back to Halo and wanting to compete again for this money. We're hearing things from Formal and Enable. So I remember reading something about some players wanting to try and to participate in both Halo and COD Esports. Seems a bit difficult. So, do you think it's possible?
It could be done, but all these teams with a new game have to have time to scrim, learn, adjust, find their strengths and everything, but it's going to be really hard to play both all at once. I don't think it can really be done.
No, I've said this before when we talk about I feel like the only way it would work is if your team for Halo is your same exact team for COD.
Yeah.
That's the only way it's going to work. And especially for Formal, I know they played together before, but it's a new team. He's not, it's Halo, it's a different game, so it's going to be really hard for him to learn and communicate with these people and then try to go to COD and try doing what he's doing over there. So I feel like if he does come back and do both, he'll probably favor COD more than Halo.
Yeah. My opinion on the matter, personally, if you're going to participate in both esports, then you're going to be mediocre to bottom level at both.
Yeah.
If you're not dedicated to one or the other, you're not going to be a top team. I don't think you're going to be able to compete with the best teams if you're spreading your time thin on 2 games.
Yeah.
The amount of time that has to be put into one game is pretty monumental. So scrims, practicing, just going into custom games, learning new jumps, learning tactics, all that stuff is very important. And if you're not putting the time into it, I don't think you have a chance of winning the championship, especially against teams that are dedicated to one game.
Yeah.
I just don't see it working out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could work out for him because I've heard him be called King of FPS.
Yeah.
He went into COD, even, I heard him say, like, he wasn't expecting to be good or even win. Mm-hmm. And he's, like, the number 1 player.
Yeah, it's, like you said earlier, if one team stuck together through both games, that would be really cool to see. I don't think it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But it'd be very interesting, and especially if one team was to get both championships. That'd be like insane. Yeah. But I don't see that happening at all.
I think it's going to be a big distraction for one of the 2 games. It'll be 2-way distracting for them.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, okay, so we got a small taste of Halo 5 Esports at Gamescom during the Gamescom Invitational with the 3 European teams and the 1 American team being Optic. Yeah. We saw like a kind of a preview of what Arena's going to be, but then they were like, well, that was a 3-month-old build and everything's changed. So it was very questionable to why they showed us or why they had this event. Starting weapons were a big controversy. Shotgun and SMG was a huge controversy. It was like very overpowered, and you're basically just watching pro players run around with SMGs and assault rifles, and just. It wasn't very interesting for people to watch. I think it actually did more harm than good.
Well, there's been a lot of questions about the AR being too overpowering, spraying too much, and I kind of agree. Watching that, I can see how they comes to. But to me, I think the pistol is going to be one of the main guns people go to for choice.
Yeah. Do you think that the pistol should be beefed up to a 4-shot kill?
I mean, no, because if they do that, I think everybody's just going to be going around pistols.
Well, I mean, yeah, and then it could be unbalanced with like guns like the battle rifle.
I thought they was already talking about doing that.
No, they're not talking about it doing it. That's a consistent. They like the forums are like, hey, let's get this pistol beefed up because they feel like the 5-shot kill is just a little bit too long. They want the pistol to be more of a utility weapon.
Yeah. That Halo 1, that pistol.
But a pistol shoots way faster than a BR though.
Well, since the beta, they kind of slowed it down. So we're not. We haven't been able to like get in a custom game and then just like look at each other and shoot and see who dies first. So we don't all. No one knows exactly what to expect just yet.
That's all we know so far.
Yeah. The only thing I say is take out AR for a secondary weapon. You start out with 1 weapon.
Okay.
I feel like if you want a second weapon, you go find it. It's unfair to have 2 starting weapons. Yeah. You already got sprint and you already got thrust. You don't need more.
Okay. Do you think that the AR should stay in or be taken out?
I think to take it out because, like I said, like if you have 2 weapons, one is going to cancel out one of them. It's going to be too fast paced of a game, really.
My opinion for what I saw, I feel like the SMG should be very limited on the map.
Yes.
Maybe just 1 on the map and almost considered a power weapon. In those close quarter maps that they showed us at Gamescom, SMG just wrecked everyone. So it was just basically the most dominant weapon. And if a team gets more than 1, then you got a really big problem on your hands. And it wasn't very fun to watch. I would rather watch people getting precision weapon kills than SMG kills any day. So. Now, speaking of the Invitational, we also saw something in that build that hasn't been confirmed to change, and it was the overshield animation. Now, it was very controversial, but some people liked it, some people didn't. What did you guys think?
I mean, I like the animation of it, but to me, it's like, that's a power. You go for that. Okay. It took a little too long for them to put it on the chest and stuff like that. I think it should have been a little slower so it can charge up the player.
I don't agree with that. I feel like when you have an ability like that, an extra ability, it should take that extra time because it should give that enemy team a chance to take it out. It's just like clambering. When you clamber, it takes a bit for your gun to pop back up.
Yeah,
it's an advantage of a sort, so it should be. It should have
everything has its pros and cons.
Yeah, it has to have a con with it as well.
Well, in my opinion on the matter, I like the fact that there's a small delay because it makes the player think about when I should push for that a little bit more instead of trying to bum rush it and just run, sprint, and thrust, or sprint and thrust into it and grab it. It makes it a little bit more strategic push to get it. Like, you just can't run through a bunch of grenades, grab it, and then start wrecking. I think it brings a little bit more of a meta to grabbing the overshield. On that thought, I do think that whenever, let's say, I grab the overshield and I get killed before I use it, I do think that the overshield should land on the ground for whoever got the kill can get that overshield as a reward for killing the guy before he did the animation. I mean, that should... that's what I think. I think that the player that got the kill should get the...
They could do that, but what if they keep killing each other and just keep
then that would be pretty intense, I think. I think that would be pretty cool if it was just like a train wreck for the overshield, and whoever gets it, I think it would be cool, interesting to see.
What if the whole team, everybody drop dead, and one guy just walks away?
Well, yeah, I think that would be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
But, that's just my opinion on the matter. We still don't know if it's going to stay like that in the full game, so we'll see when Halo 5 drops. Now, another thing that we have been up in arms over as of late in the Halo community is the lack of LAN support in Halo. And it's been a thing that we've had in the past for almost every Halo game that I can recall. And now that we have the Xbox One console, LAN support has kind of went, by the wayside. So we have been seeing a lot of embarrassing moments on main stage during big streams, big events, big money pools, and what do you guys think? Do you think it's affecting the outcomes of the games?
Yeah, because there's a lot of times where I've seen teams that were winning lose because they had the network issues. They had to restart the game. Yeah. They lost their momentum, and they just lost.
Yeah, it's a big momentum killer.
It is, but obviously it needs to be fixed. But it did work out, as Walshy pointed out once, that it actually benefited some people, people would come from a loss to the loser bracket, and they're bummed out, but once the network goes out for sometimes 5-10 minutes, it gives them time to recollect itself and talk to each other and try to, win this one. So.
Yeah. And also, it's all about, Halo's all about momentum and power weapon control, map control. So let's say one team has all the power weapons and good map control, and they're spawn trapping the other team, and they're getting ready to make a push in to cap the flag, and then it crashes because the internet goes out. That could have been the flag cap to win the game. We don't know what could have happened in that outcome. So it really does affect the who wins and who loses. Mm-hmm. So it needs to be an issue that's resolved.
It does.
Now, I've said before that at the very least, the HCS could have Microsoft develop special Xbox Ones with LAN support patched in. I think that would be at the very least that they could do, or drag an Xbox Live server to the event or something to keep it going. I mean, they really had to figure something out.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something because coming with the Halo 5 new game, they can't have this happening again.
Yeah, and especially when they're promoting these huge prize pools, millions of dollars on the line, and it crashes in the finals, Game 5. That would be a huge embarrassment for $3.
$1 million on the line would say you was winning.
Yeah.
Failed. And
then it would be a big controversy. Yes,
it's going to make a lot of people mad.
Yeah, it would definitely piss off a lot of players. I mean, if I lost $1 million because of console not having LAN support, then I definitely would be pretty upset about that too. So, hopefully, in the end, they will come around to adding that in. So that's our show for this week. We're going to try to do one of these every week, or at least every 2 weeks, depending on our schedules. We're very passionate about Halo Esports, as you can see. We want to build this show up and get the production value to be at a top-notch level, and get some player interviews and answer some Twitter questions. We're going to be on Twitter. We're going to be on the forums. So we want you guys to let us know what you liked about the show, what you didn't like. You guys can make fun of us if you want. We're really easygoing. So just give us some feedback and we'll try to make changes to whatever you guys tell us. So thank you for watching.